I mean, obviously, being able to sell direct to consumer has just changed, how people buy, how people research, what their consumers are doing before they even go to a store and look for a product. But how has wholesale remained the same? Because, if you think about pre-pandemic, everybody was wondering if brick and mortar was going away. There was not going to be wholesale anymore. And now today we hear that, you read everywhere, wholesale's back. Nike moved into wholesale. All these brands that are doing well are finding their authenticity in wholesale. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think I think the pandemic kept people at home. So there was a huge rise in sales and online, and online really kind of ruled the roost. And online, I think, went up to about 26% or 27% of what was at one time the apparel industry, for example. Today, it's back to about 19%, and retail is coming back. In fact, most of the major mall developers are right now really having a huge demand for space, whereas, say, 2 years ago, they were wondering if they were going to be in business. So I think the thing is there's a huge return. I mean, we love both business. We love the e-commerce business and we love the wholesale business. But there's nothing like being able to go in a store and pick out an outfit, go try it on, and then pay for it. You don't have to wait till it comes in the mail, or hopefully nobody will steal it off your front door. And you basically have that product, you try it on, I should have got the size bigger, or I should have got the size smaller, so you have to send it back. The other thing you can do when you go into a retail store is you can pick out an outfit. So you might be going in online on, say, us, and you buy our sweater, but you came in, you bought the sweater, and you leave. When you go into a retail store, you bought the sweater, and you saw a great pair of jeans that you liked, and also you bought a belt, and you walked out with 3 items instead of 1 item. So it's easier for customers to shop in a retail store. And I don't think retail is ever going to die. I thought the death of retailer was way overhyped.
Yeah.
The death of retail. And today it's being proven that you're seeing a huge return of people going back to retail, and you're seeing a great demand for retail space in shopping malls. And I don't think it's ever going to go away.
What advice would you give to a brand who is direct to consumer right now, thinking about the benefits of moving into wholesale? What are the benefits of being actually on floor at these stores?
Well, I think touching, feeling, seeing the product is much different than seeing it on a screen. A good example of someone that did that is Warby Parker. They had a great idea when they built their company. They came out with glasses, and they would send you an assortment of glasses so that you could buy the ones you want, and then they would bill you for the ones you kept. But it was all online. They were an online e-commerce phenomenon. They did a great job, and one of the key elements of success was that easy try-on. Today, they probably have 100 stores out there. So there's Warby Parker stores everywhere, and I remember watching them and reading their the stuff that they would write, and people interviewing them from the industry press, that, well, Warby's never going to have retail stores. We'll never say never. Today they have retail stores, and they need that balance. And I think if you're just a direct-to-consumer line, you probably should be considering how you're going to establish a retail presence. And that could be done like Warby Parker in your own stores, or it could be done by creating a wholesale business that can support your brand. It's obviously very expensive to open up your own stores, but it's a great way to go. But I think the wholesale part of it is also really important. I wouldn't be surprised if someday you'll see Warby Parker's products in other stores other than their own.
Yeah.
So it's an evolution. Now, one thing that a lot of companies do when they come from an e-commerce presence and they want to start to open up retail, wholesale, is they haven't priced their product well. Because they price their product in an e-commerce environment, but there's not enough room in their margin for wholesale. So if you also should be thinking about always pricing your product so that it's competitive, whether you're going to be doing wholesale someday or whether you're just going to be a online business.